Good morning. My name is Julie and I am on a very up and down, bouncy, dirty keto low carb journey. And I am just now less than 2 weeks out from my Disney World trip. Right now, at this moment, 2 weeks from now, my sister and I will be bouncing with lots of caffeine in our systems, I guarantee, but bouncing all over the place at Magic Kingdom. Guys, oh my goodness. Okay, so I am so ready. I'm so... So I started my initial packing, and I'll talk more about that on our family vlog channel and just give an idea of some of the stuff that I'm doing for that. Because I start like packing at 2 weeks out, and then I do another round at 1 week out, and then the last minute packing the day before of like toiletries, medicines and stuff. And there's something about that. I don't know. What is it? It is so uplifting, and it like helps my little crunchy heart so much to start packing. Like my whole like world and life is all a mess and everything. Today I'm taking up a humidifier to my brother and my sister. I'm going and picking up prescriptions and cold medicine for them, then going and getting prescriptions for my mom to take to her. Dropped off like 4 cases of Gatorade to her last night, just running around hoping that everything that they need, that like they will be past all of this by the time I go on my trip, because otherwise, I don't know. I mean, we have a big family and a lot of us are local, luckily. So I know there will be other people that can, you know, run shuttle and you know, be gophers and everything. But it's hard for me to think about leaving when I know that like I'm needed. You know what I mean? So that's tricky, and I'm super busy and just beyond stressed. Oh my God, I am stressed. Like, I tossed and turned all night. Yeah, and I feel like I'm like stuck in fight or flight mode because I'm just, you know, waiting for updates here and there. And like my sister got worse, and that has me going insane. She ended up having to use a nebulizer yesterday, which she never uses a nebulizer. And she's supposed to be going with me to Disney World in less than 2 weeks. And it's like, it is so stressful. So I feel like there are many ways that I, of course, could handle this. And I know there will come a point where I need to sit down with myself and, you know, with a pen and paper or something and write all this out and process, you know, this time and deal with the feelings and everything. But I absolutely cannot do that right now. Like, I don't have time for that. I don't have energy for that. I am needed right now. It's not like emergency time, but it's like go time, you know, when you just jump in and you do what needs doing, and then later you deal, you know, while also preparing yourself as best as possible along the way for worst case scenarios. Because I've learned that I need to be prepared for worst case scenarios in my family. So I could get all nuts and throw my eating plan and my health goals out the window as a coping mechanism right now and just eat whatever the hell I feel like, or I could resort to my eating disorder and destructive behaviors. Guys, I'm not doing any of those things. I'm not. What I am choosing to do right now, number one, is stay on track with what I'm eating, because it feels better when I'm eating right. It feels better, and I'm better able to deal in my mind and in my heart, you know, with what's going on when I'm putting the right nutrition into my body. One thing that's really frustrating, I am so stiff and so sore, and my knees are swollen and a lot of pain. The weather has changed again. It was raining nonstop this morning and is supposed to snow this evening. And so, of course, when that happens and when I'm incredibly stressed, it, you know, it manifests in my body and in pain. And I have a very limited supply of some moderate prescription pain pills. And there was a moment where I thought, oh, I could just take some of those and that would help keep me going. And then I'm like, no, we don't do that. Those are for emergencies or for flying. When I fly, I absolutely have to take them. When I go to theme parks, I have to take them. But there are other ways. I got away from living off of pain pills. I got away from that, and I don't ever want to go back there again. I don't ever want to go back to an eating disorder, into those destructive behaviors. So I didn't take any of the pain meds. Instead, I got down on the floor and started stretching. I got out my tennis ball, and I'm going to be doing more of that here soon, but I had to, get the kids to pick up Valentine's treats and then get them to school. But I'm going to do more stretching. I got my tennis ball out. I started, doing my trigger point therapy with that. It is hellish. It is horrible, but it works. I'm going to be doing more of that today. In between these errands that I'm running, I'm going to take 10 minutes and just rest and stretch and do those things that I need to do. I did take some ibuprofen, and I'm drinking a lot of extra water today and just trying to work all the toxins out of, my muscles and my tissues and get rid of that pain without, resorting to the pain meds. These are the positive behaviors I'm trying to implement and stay on top of so that so we don't end up going down those other paths, because that's not where I need to be right now, and that won't help me. That will not help me to get through all of this and to still be well on the other side of all of this. Hopefully, ideally, these things will run their course and my family will improve and get better. I'm going to Disney World regardless, because I absolutely 100% need that for me, and it's non-refundable. So I'm going. My big hope is that my sister recovers quickly, doesn't get any worse, makes it past her, quarantine phase, gets an all clear, and we're able to go together. If that, doesn't happen, I'm going. Okay, because I need to do that for me and to recharge and to be able to be helpful to anybody. But hopefully, we get through this with all of our family, supporting each other and helping each other, and with those that are sick, doing their part of resting and just staying home and letting the rest of us, one of my brothers who has already, the one that had COVID a month ago and had pneumonia and was terribly sick, he's passed all that. He's been taking care of my mom, and he's gotten his vaccinations and done all that. So that is such a wonderful thing. He's able to check on her every morning on his way to work. And, he can, knock, 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 and howdy do. And, I wish I could do that. But I'm grateful that he can. I'm grateful that he can. And then, other siblings, they're dropping off vitamins, and they're dropping off, Gatorade, and they're dropping off this and that. And someone needs something. There's always someone, that's jumping up to help, because we've had so many deaths in our family and so many close calls and just things like that, especially in the last few years. And we don't want to lose anyone else. And everyone is just stepping up and helping, because we know how precarious and precious life is. And I think, honestly, most of us, we just can't go through another death. We just can't. We're just like, no. We'll do whatever we have to. We can't go through that again. Oh, God. Anyway, my mind is in a good place, but it's also in something of a protected place right now. I promise I will deal with this and, get the therapy that I need and the help that I need when the time is right, that I'm able to do that. But right now, we're just in survival mode while also trying to live our lives and and live while we're alive. This was a bit of a ramble, and I don't know how much of a point there was to all of it, other than to say that I'm doing well, and we're moving forward, and things are continuing on, and there's always a better way to get through a situation. That doesn't mean that we won't sometimes drink a whole bottle of wine and completely fall apart. And that's okay, because sometimes that you're at that point. But please find a way. And I'm happy to be your support here in this capacity. And that's what I'm trying to create here, is a community of support that way. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's very hard to pull yourself out of that slump. So grateful that I have you guys, and that we can kind of feed off of each other in a positive way to help pull ourselves out of those slumps and get to a place where we can manage, we can function, we can smile every now and then, and keep making progress without resorting to, destructive behaviors that will not serve us in the end. I'm grateful for you. And I wish you only good things and good health and happiness and the best of what life can be right now. And I will see you very soon.